NugLife. 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 NugLife.
Everybody, welcome to the NugLife Radio Show, a higher level of education. I am your host, Medicinal Mike, whatever you want to call me, 420 cannabis comic, cannabis enthusiast, everything about cannabis I love. Usually Dr. Kelly is here with us, but this week he is on vacation. Not bad for a show that's actually been live 3 weeks, and he now gets a vacation. That's what medical school is all about, if you're out there. Co-hosting with us today, we are granted with the presence of His Holiness, comedian extraordinaire, Erik Knowles.
Thank you.
Welcome back, Erik. One of the original hosts of the show before they bumped you for the doctor.
Yeah.
Welcome. Also, we have the lovely assistant of the doctor, who is not a legal doctor, but we're going to call her Dr. Layla. Doctor, welcome to the show. How you doing? Get up on the mic when you talk. Say hello to everybody.
Hi guys, how are you doing?
Bam! Now it's sexy. It just got sexy in here, right?
What NugLife just did.
So Hug Life, where we are a clothing optional cannabis education show. Today on the show, it's going to be great.
Well, all right then.
We're going to have cannabis news, of course, that we do every week. The unheard voices get a voice here. We're going to have Henry Hemp. He's going to be calling in today. Henry Hemp. He is the spirit of pot and one of the most influential forces in marijuana today. We're going to have Thundershade of the Bong Maidens. I wish on a better note, we're having her in because she just had a craniotomy, which is where they make your brain better. And she's using medical marijuana to make it better. If the doctor was here, he'd give you all the actual definitions of what's going on with that. We're also going to have Vince in, and Vince is from Canna Coins. He has commemorated and made commemorative coins for cannabis, which I think is awesome. And they've got little prints on them, and nice. We're going to hear all about them later, and it's good. So how are we doing this week, guys?
Good. Can we get some Canna Coins?
That would be a form of payment.
Is that like Bitcoins or something?
So today's topic, too, we're going to do this week, marijuana etiquette. So that's the big thing. Oh, we have a phone number. That's what I wanted to tell people. If you want to call in today, you can call in at 1-760-798-3127. That's 760-798-3127. Listening on your computer at home is a lot better than your, what's the thing? Cell phone, the thing that just blew up in my pocket. Make sure you put those on vibrate, even if you're listening at home.
People been having trouble with the phones. Like, we're getting that worked out, though.
Well, it's because we're broadcasting out of a radio station, and it's not like
devices,
right. It's not from our laptop, so it's a little harder, to get the signal out. But they're fixing it. I'm assured that they are fixing it.
People can't hear it on their Cricket phones out there.
Also, Las Vegas Hemp Fest. I get to announce that I will be appearing and performing. So if you're in Las Vegas, my hometown, and that's October 4th, come on out. It's going to be awesome. I'll be there.
Hemp Fest, Las Vegas.
Yes.
That's going to be awesome.
It's about time, too. Vegas is really cutting the curb on what marijuana should be. And you'll notice that they joined in the game a little late, but you're going to watch them really race ahead of everybody once the money starts coming in.
Oh, well, yeah.
More of a red light district.
I could see that.
So today's topic that I want to talk about all day with you is marijuana etiquette. Are you one of those rude potheads and you don't know it? We're going to find out. There are rules from generation to generation that get passed down from father to son and big smoker to little smoker. And these rules help us get by in the medical or recreational marijuana. Rules, Erik.
That doesn't sound very 420.
We do have rules. Feel free to call in again, 760-798-3127 if you have some cool rules. Some of the rules that I've dealt with. One is don't complain about the weed if you didn't bring it, or at least have something better to put into the circle.
True that.
You ever had that where you're smoking with the guy We won't mention his name, but he's close. And he's going to sit there and he'll take a hit and he'll be like, no, you know what? I'm not going to hit that again. And I'm like, dude, you didn't even buy this. What? And he makes you feel like crap smoking your own weed.
I've never complained about anything.
Yeah, you really shouldn't complain anything that's given to you for free.
Yeah.
It's just bad etiquette.
Yeah. And that is from a medical professional.
Agreed on that.
What else we got out there? Oh, we got calls. Let's see who's calling in. Let's see if this works. This is going to be awesome. Let's see. Caller, you're on the air. Welcome to the NugLife Radio Show. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. What's your name? Where are you calling us from?
Ramon, and I'm calling you from Westmoreland, California.
Ramon. What's it like out there in Westmoreland?
It's pretty hot.
We got that here too, man. Anything marijuana etiquette rules for the smoke circle, or anything you want to talk about, ask about?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it when someone's trying to roll a blunt and they wet it so fucking much, it's like dripping.
Oh yeah,
it's like the worst thing ever.
What's the term you use for that?
Yep, it's a radio.
I don't know. We really don't even have a term. It's just it's wet. Like don't over wet.
Yeah. Sometimes, like I like smoking a blunt, but it's hard to watch someone prepare one because they've got to just slobber on it. Like you really got to get it really wet.
So don't lick the
I don't like
blunt.
to think about how it was made. I like to think that there's just like a blunt fairy that just drops them from the sky.
I have a black friend to roll all my blunts. I can't do it for the life of me, but my homie JP, he'll twist them out in a second. Ramon, thanks for calling in, brother. We appreciate you, man, and keep listening. NugLife Radio. Let's see who else is on the line. This is NugLife Radio, and you're here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Awesome. I love when my stuff works. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Donna Hackett from Rhode Island.
Donna, marijuana superstar.
Hey.
How's Rhode Island doing today?
It was hot. It's pretty good.
Just seems like it's hot everywhere.
It's hot everywhere,
that's
man.
just the term. It's hot. Everywhere's hot.
Let's hear from our listeners in Alaska.
Donna, what's the marijuana etiquette in your smoker circle? What's the one thing that just drives you crazy, or you feel that this younger generation needs to know to be a little more appropriate?
Smoke more?
Smoke more weed.
Yeah.
This is just the go-to answer.
That's the, like, you climb the mountain, you work your whole day to get up to that one question, that wise, and Donna is up there floating in the air.
I don't know, smoke more.
Donna, you want to plug anything?
The International Women's Cannabis Coalition.
What?
Yeah.
Is there a website? International Women's Cannabis Coalition.
Yeah. That's I'm the Rhode Island chapter. It used
Just
to be
you?
Moms for a few people, but I'm the leader of the Rhode Island one. But we used to be Moms for Marijuana before it disbanded.
Them unruly moms with their loud parties and the stereo systems. We know how you guys get. Moms for marijuana ilfs.
Well, I mean, like you found out last time, my son's my grower, so,
Oh, nice.
I'm a mom and a pothead and a activist and a cancer patient, so it all works all well together,
You are
That
heavily
sounds-
multitasked.
Yeah, will you adopt me? I want you to be my mom. You sound like the most awesome mom ever.
Donna, we're going to take the next call. Thank you for calling in. I hope you call in
Okay,
again
guys,
for us.
Have a great show.
Bye.
Love
Thank
ya.
you. Love
Mom.
you.
Bye.
Hey, this is NugLife. You're on the air. Welcome to the show.
Good to be here.
Hi, who are you? Where are you calling us from?
It's Michael Levywood Jr. calling from San Diego.
Right on. Say your name again real slow for us.
Michael Levywood Jr.
And where do you live?
I live in San Diego. I live in Chula Vista.
Specifically.
This is our friend.
How you doing today? Do you want to ask any questions
he's
for
messing with
myself or Dr. Layla?
Yeah. I got a real quick question. I was wondering, is it a real big deal whenever you're mixing sativa with, like, well, I guess not even really just that. Like, is it a big deal when you're mixing different kinds of marijuana?
Well, there's only two, and that's sativa and indica. Or you have
No, I mean, even just different types. Like, say you buy some, some Bubba Kush. Is it okay if you're mixing it with, say White Widow or something?
We see a lot of patients at our clinic at Dr. Kelly's office, and a lot of them talk about mixing their medication. So if you're asking if it's going to have any...
He wants to know, can he smoke lemon haze and Bubba Kush at the same time?
You can smoke anything you want at the same time. I promise it will not hurt you. You will not have any side effects.
It's like Baskin Robbins, man. So you just go out there. Sometimes you want a little pink bubble gum with your chocolate peanut butter ice cream. And sometimes it makes it better, and sometimes it makes it taste horribly worse. But either way, the effects are always going to be beneficial.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and on top of that, we have a lot of people that mix and match. Some people will get, a variety of things. They'll get an eighth, and then they'll get, 1 gram will be one thing, 1 gram will be a sativa, 1 gram will be an indica, a little variety
sampler.
pack. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so do they ever counteract each other? Do indica and sativa ever counteract each other?
No, you could be tired and giggly, or riding around but really focused on just one thing with the munchies. Like you just get more pleasant side effects. No counteracting. You can't smoke yourself sober. You can't smoke yourself sober. Thanks for calling in, brother. We're going to take the next call. Appreciate listening. Again, we're 760-798-3127. The NugLife Radio Show, soon to be on your AM, FM radio in San Diego and all over the coast. Let's take the next caller. This is NugLife. You're on the air. What's your name?
Hey now, Jesse from San Diego.
Jesse from San Diego, my favorite caller in the world.
What's up? What's up, Erik? Hey now.
Jesse, we want...
I got a... What's up?
No, I just want to keep doing that every time you talk. I thought it was funny for a second. What's up, brother?
I've got a huge pet peeve when it comes to smoking out of glass.
Out of a glass, like bong, or there's a lot of...
Like a little handpiece.
Bong or pipe. Mostly pipe, though.
All right.
You got to keep that shit clean, especially if you're going to be sharing it with friends.
Don't curse, Jesse.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I hate it when someone packs you a fresh bowl, and then you go to hit it, and next thing you know, it's like you're sucking on a milkshake,
Yeah, that is bad.
Jesse, you ever drank the bong water? Has anyone ever tricked you into drinking the bong water to try to get that 33.3% higher?
No, I'm not that stupid.
Oh, well, it does work, dude.
That's messed up. Yeah, no kidding.
It does work. You're missing out.
I'm not that desperate. No, I'm just kidding. No, and put a glass screen in there, So
I mean, like on a good strain, Jesse, not like old bong water that's nasty, but I mean right after you smoke, you just take a big old chug of it. You have a bong next to you, Jesse?
I have one right now, but...
How old or fresh is the water in there?
It's about a week old.
Oh, see, so you're complaining about other people's dirty pipes, but you got weak old bong water.
That's not that dirty. Jesse,
it's not.
Jesse, take a sip.
The bong, but I keep the glass pipe clean. I clean it out every couple days.
Jesse, take a little sip and tell me what it tastes like. Like if it's fresh, and you can tell too, it'll have that vegetation taste.
Yeah, Mr. Clean Pipe. Take a sip, dude.
I can't do it, man. I'm scared.
Taste your bong water, man. How do you not smell your own farts, Jesse? That's your bong water. Yeah. Nobody's done anything dirty to it.
Where your mouth is.
Hold
on. What was the last strain you smoked out of there, Jesse? I bet you was...
Oh,
I think he took a sip.
Oh my!
I heard some coughing. Yeah.
Oh no, he just did a rip.
You heard some gagging. Ooh.
Did you smoke it or are you drinking it?
No, I took a little taste for you.
Yeah. I didn't catch
I don't know what he's doing. Are you smoking and drinking it? What are you doing, Jesse?
No, I took a little taste for you.
And how does that taste?
It was nasty.
And you feel higher though, right?
No.
Oh, I had it backwards.
Oh,
okay, that's right. You don't get high when you drink bong water
at all. That's right.
You're my new favorite in the world, Jesse.
All right, Jesse, thanks for calling.
Jesse, we're going to be right back. Thank you again for calling, brother. Make sure you keep calling in a whole bunch. You're listening to the NugLife Radio Show. I'm Medicinal Mike. We're here with Erik, Knowles, and Dr. Layla today. And we're going to be right back after these messages from our sponsors, or you might hear music, depending on how you're listening to us. NugLifeRadio.com, 760-798-3127. We're going to announce the winner of the contest, too.
Puff, 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 puff,
$20 in my pocket. I'm a hunting, looking for a pot shop. This is fucking awesome.
Walk into my house like, what up? I got some good pot. I'm just pumped up, got some herb from the pot shop. Ice in my fridge, it used to be frosty. My friends like, damn, that's a stoned ass donkey. Rolling in hella high, looking like it's FIFA time. Dominating all my friends as I eat some chili fries. Draped in a snuggie with my girl sitting next to me. Probably shouldn't have had a big gulp full of iced tea. But shit, it was 99 cents. I'll be blazing and smoking it, about to go and get some munchies snacks. Passing up on those Cracker Jacks, Reese's Pieces are where it's at. Gotta get me some soda pop. Cottonmouth has been creeping up, but can't remember where I put my keys. Yeah, that's what's up. I'ma take your grandpa's ride. I'ma take your grandpa's ride. No, for real, ask your grandpa, can I take a 65? DeVille cruising to my local Publix. Nothing better than rolling with two super fly chicks. They have frozen burritos. I bought frozen burritos. I bought some Ben & Jerry's, and then I bought some Cheetos. Hello, hello, my main man Obama. A couple states have just reformed their laws on marijuana. What you gonna do, send the feds there? Hell no, the DEAs would be like, aw, they got volcanoes.
I'm gonna smoke some weed, only got $20 in my pocket. I'm a hunting, looking for a pot shop. This is fucking awesome. I'm gonna smoke some weed, only got $20 in my pocket. I'm a hunting, looking for a pot shop. This is fucking awesome.
What you know about the science of marijuana? What you know about people suffering from glaucoma? They need it, it helps them with their condition. If you don't believe me, then just ask some eye physicians. Thank your granddad for voting for that guy, Richard Nixon is the president who made the plant illegal. But science is now showing that it's medicine for people, and the private sector's fighting to keep all of that illegal. Alcohol and tobacco, pharmaceutical prisons. I'll take those 4 major lobby groups and fight those motherfuckers. They're making money day and night, all those motherfuckers. And bribing Congress out of sight, all those motherfuckers. They'd be like, oh, it's immoral and unhealthy. I'm like, how many people are you making wealth? Anti-marijuana lobbies are making all kinds of profits, and they don't want you to stop because of all the special interest. I call that getting swindled and pimp shit. I call that getting tricked by the government. That law's hella old, so it's time to update it, regulate it, and then get it under state control. Peak game, look into my political telescope. Think it's gonna stay like this forever? Not hella won't. Not hella won't.
Hey Obama, stop being a hypocrite. You used to smoke weed, fool.
I'm gonna smoke some weed, only got $20 in my pocket. I'm a hunting, looking for a pot shop. This is fucking awesome. Let's end the war on drugs. It's time to pull the plug. These special interest groups are nothing more than corporate thugs. Let's end the war on weed. The people have agreed. These special interest groups have kept these laws with bribery. I'm gonna smoke some weed. Only got $20 in my pocket. I'm a hunting, looking for a pot shop. This is fucking awesome.
With this melodic cussing, forever we come down. Smoke with us is the indica. I pack up a bowl from the dump now, baby. Whatever. With this melodic cussing, forever we come.
Everybody, welcome back. That's Full Blown Stone with Melodica. Always gets me in the mood for something. This is the NugLife Radio Show, a higher level of education with just a smidge of entertainment. I am your host, Medicinal Mike, and we're here with co-hosting today, Erik, Knowles, comedian extraordinaire. You can see him all over the West Coast and on Hulu right now.
No, yeah, that's true.
And then we're here with Doctor for the day, Layla. You spell it like Lila, but it's pronounced Layla.
Yes, like
are you tropical?
Am I tropical?
What are you?
I'm Persian.
That's tropical.
Iranian, FBI.
That's like the tropics, the islands of Iran.
It's not an island.
It's definitely where I'd wish to go. If you are listening, we are NugLifeRadio.com. We just found out that iPhones work too, as long with laptops, and we'll have them on Droids here within the next week or so. You can call in at 760-798-3127. On today's show, we're going to have the BOPE, which is Bolt of Positive Energy creator. I mean, it was there before, but he focused it and shot it at people, and that's Henry Hemp.
He gave me my first BOPE.
Did he?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I hope you were wearing protection. And we're also going to have in Canna Coins, Vince. He's coming in. They have little commemorative marijuana coins to commemorate Prohibition and fighting through it, and they're giving a lot of their proceeds to the Americans for safe access. And we're going to have Thundershade, Bong, Maiden. She's awesome. They're a group of women that promote marijuana.
I wasn't sure if you were telling the truth. Like it just sounds like a
medieval.
Sounds like someone that would fight He-Man. Thundershade, Bong Maiden.
She is fighting right now. She's fighting for her life. She has
cool.
she had an ear infection, and it got into her brain, and she just had a craniotomy. And she's going to talk about all the cool stuff that happens when you get to experience some of life's ups and their downs and how to get through them.
Yeah.
We're also going to discuss cannabis news and, again, marijuana etiquette. So feel free to call in if you have anything you want to say or you want to talk about what we're talking about or not. You can listen to us on NugLifeRadio.com, and you're probably listening now. So welcome back.
Yeah.
I had to get all the preload crap out, and then we can rock and roll.
It was good.
Marijuana etiquette. What do people do in the circle that they should know if they haven't known yet? Or what's that one rule that you make sure you never forget when smoking out with your friends, Layla?
So I think if you have a story to tell and it's your turn, you have the blunt in your hand, it's great. We all want to hear your story, but just make sure you puff, pass, and then you tell your story, because
the magic microphone syndrome.
What's that?
The magic microphone syndrome, they call that?
What's that?
That's when you're holding a blunt and it becomes a microphone. And all of a sudden you have all these great stories that you absolutely have to get out at that moment in time.
Yes. Yeah. And it's like you're holding your blunt hostage, and people are looking at you, they're getting pissed off because the ashes are coming, and
your story's getting real boring right now.
Yeah, even if it's the best story in the world, it's not you they're interested in. You're waving the blunt. A good trick to find out if it's you or not is just shoot your hand right out to the side and watch everybody's heads. If it follows the eye line, then you're definitely distracting.
Yes.
What else is going on, Eric, in your blunt circle?
Actually, that's the one I was going to say. But another thing is, this one I'm guilty of. I have bad etiquette. I'm the guy who will put your lighter in my pocket every time.
That's not bad etiquette. That's called being a thief. It's actually one of the 10 Commandments, I think.
I don't mean to. I don't do it when I'm not in a smoking circle.
Do you do it with just lighters, or are you like, hey, I was smoking a joint with Eric earlier, and now my driver's license is missing?
Yeah, lighters, wallets, watches,
Small appliances.
I just have a bad habit of I'm very like a creature of habit. I like to put my hand in the pocket and do that motion.
Yeah, I actually on the last break just got my black lighter back from him.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that.
He gave me a look.
I honestly think, though, that lighters are just meant to be lost. No matter how many you buy and like how careful you are, if you hang out with a lot of people, it's just meant to be lost.
I believe it's the #1 stolen item in the United States is a Bic lighter.
That's one of the reasons I love this country so much, is because we look at lighters like, they come and they go, It's just like a karma thing, And there's places where they're rubbing sticks together to try to make fire, man.
Are you ever buying the weirdest colored lighter you can, thinking like, hey, if I buy this pink, ET lighter, nobody's going to steal it from me?
I've seen people do that.
Or the lighter leash.
And then I stole their pink lighter.
Have you seen the leashes that they string them to the side of their belt? I've stolen 9 lighter leashes at the last hemp event just to do it, just to be like, hey, I got your entire lighter leash.
You're going to call me out. Tempt me.
So what's going on? We have cannabis news I want to get into too, and just cover a couple stories. Layla was nice enough to print some of these out. Florida officially legalizes CBD for state medical marijuana plants. For the state's medical. Yeah, I'm assuming you read some of these?
Yes, I did.
And what does that mean?
Florida.
So this one in particular, I didn't get too far in depth into it, but from my understanding, that Florida is legalizing, high CBD medicinal marijuana. of course, if you apply for it. So,
and that's the strains that they have, like Charlotte Web, these new strains that are just for curing. I mean, there's still going to be, I'm sure, side effects, the pleasant side effects, as I call them. But specifically, if you're dealing with cancer issues or any kind of really life-threatening illnesses, this is the place to go now, apparently, Florida. Their old thing that they just legalized, I believe, was crack. If you've ever actually been to Florida, it's a very crackheady town. So way to come into the green. That's my personal opinion, and all my opinions do not affect the views of everybody from Envisage Radio or NugLife.
I wholeheartedly agree with everything Medicinal Michael says.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Florida, get off the crack.
Henceforth.
New research shows cannabinoids are effective in treating PTSD. Erik, I know this is a big one close to you because you are a military veteran.
Yes.
Yes. Name, rank, and serial number. Sir. And what happens basically is people are coming back from these wars and they're being traumatized and they can't kind of get back into life. When you have PTSD, a nice way to explain it is if you've ever played Call of Duty or Battlefield, a really whole bunch. I mean, like just hours, wasted days on it till your eyes hurt. And then you go outside and all of a sudden you could start seeing sniper points of where you would,
I've read stories about that where people are starting to do that.
And they're looking to see where people would be hiding with the guns and stuff. And I mean, I never did more than 2 weeks in the military, so I'm imagining. Is that what that is, Erik, who's been there?
No.
Did I sum it up for the entire military?
No, I'm sorry. No, that's not near it, really. The fact of the matter is, this isn't like a very fun subject, but it's PTSD. I don't know why it's happening. I'm not a big expert on it, but I know that people are coming back traumatized and killing themselves, and the suicide rate I read in an article the other day is at like 1 every 75 seconds, almost 1 a minute.
Wow.
I mean, it's becoming
post-traumatic stress
You know
disorder.
what? It's causing this weird turn in Texas of all states. Texas Monthly, in this month's issue of Texas Monthly, there's a great article called "The War Without End," and it's all about all these veterans are coming back from these wars to their home in Texas and turning to cannabis to treat their PTSD and whatever other issues that they have, and they're getting prosecuted for it. But Texas loves its troops. Texas supports the troops, and
more than any other state out here.
So now all the polls are starting to shift. They're coming really close to 50-50 and tipping the scales now in Texas, of all places.
So what does this mean?
I just
Basically,
think that's interesting as hell. I'm from Texas.
So is it legal? It's not legal there for them yet, but it's kind of teetering in that direction. No, no.
Yeah, Texas is one of the worst places to be pulled over with a joint in your ashtray. Like you'll be there for like a year.
Great place to visit, but I don't want to do time. Yeah. Also in the news, Parkinson's disease and cannabis. Boy, Layla, you really picked out the depressing cannabis news. Miley Cyrus started smoking, just on another note.
Yay.
But Parkinson's disease and cannabidiol, that's not even a word. They spelled it wrong. It's supposed to say cannabidiol. CBD reduces RBD symptoms.
JK.
Yeah, she's like, I don't know either. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
That's good to know. You know anything about that?
Yes, just to add to that, we, with Dr. Kelly's office, I do see everyone, all the patients that come in, I usually talk to them before they talk to Dr. Kelly. And we do see people with Parkinson's disease, and a lot of them have come back to us reporting that their renewals, and they come back to us and saying that it's helped reduce some of the symptoms. It doesn't cure, the Parkinson's disease, but it makes things a little bit more comfortable for these patients. And
are you noticing a physical difference, seeing them even from the front desk, maybe coming in a few months later, the next year? Do they look any
little less shaky?
Shaky, for lack of a better word. Sorry.
Oh no, to be perfectly honest, I haven't been there long enough to see people come back. I've only been there for about 8 months. So
you're waiting for that year loop. They all have to expire, and then you get that first month rock through again. Las Vegas hands out first 18 dispensary licenses. Yay, Vegas. I was just talking about this earlier. Las Vegas Hemp Fest is coming up, and I'll be there. And that's what I care about in Vegas right now. But Las Vegas has now handed out 18 dispensary licenses, and they're going to have a little green light district. I know Mayor Oscar Goodman, who's an old mafioso mayor and fully in support of legal prostitution downtown, will have no problem sliding a couple marijuana dispensaries. And I bet you they're going to be the first to allow everybody's license that's not from Vegas because their industry
Right.
is
They're all about
strictly
tourism.
transit.
It's all
Exactly.
tourists, yeah.
Woo,
So-
let's go to Vegas.
Vegas.
It changes the whole game, man.
Well, and then now,
Now it's all about buffets and going to see shows.
Caller, you're on the air. Oh, you're not on the air. Sometimes I see the light blinking over there, and I don't. Feel free to call back. That's 1-760-798-3127. It's the NugLife Radio Show. I'm Medicinal Mike, 420 Cannabis, comedian, enthusiast. I do other stuff. And we're here with paid comedian Erik Knowles and Dr. Layla for a day.
I got paid, y'all.
Doctor for a day, Layla.
For the day.
She
Not
is
really
Dr.
doctor,
Kelly's assistant, and I am assured that anything that Dr. Kelly knows, she knows. Sometimes if he has to do like a tracheotomy or something, and he just doesn't want to get up, he'll call Layla over.
She can probably do everything he can do. We don't need him. Let's just keep her.
She smells better.
Yeah.
This Vietnam veteran has spent 16 years in prison because he grew weed. 1996, Daryl Hayden was running a 75-acre marijuana grow operation on a Kentucky farm. Let me start. When they call it operation, it doesn't look too good for you, man.
Yeah.
And it's not sounding
farm.
Yeah, it's not sounding like we had legal medical anything back then. And he's not growing hemp, so I don't know what to tell you. I do appreciate your service, and thanks for serving our country. But, follow the laws of where you live or don't get caught, friend. That was horrible. NugLifeRadio.com, 760-798-3127. And that's Cannabis News. We're going to take a caller. Caller, welcome to NugLife. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Sanderson, calling from Redding, California.
Hey, Sanderson. How you doing today, brother?
Pretty good.
Welcome to the show. What can we do for you?
I just wanted to know what this is all about. I just got an invite here and kind of wanted to get a rundown on what you guys are for.
Well, what we do is we are a cannabis education show, a higher level of education. Usually it is myself with Dr. Kelly. If you've ever seen the old Loveline show, this is kind of like that with medical marijuana. So it's a place where if you need a voice to hear testimony or something that's happened or benefited you, it's kind of a place to say, hey, I'm not a stoner who's going to sit around my house and get lazy, but I have a full-time job or I'm healing or something that's actually legitimate to destroy the stigmatas of what we are labeled.
Oh, right on. Yeah, that's cool.
Nice. Brand new listener.
Right on, man. Well, no, my dad, he's 83, right? And, he was always against smoking pot, all the time growing up. Always had to, hide it and everything. We're talking like in the 80s and stuff. I'm 46, but...
nice.
He was always giving me the look in the eye like, you look stoned, boy,
Did he ever get a chance to smoke it?
Well, yeah, he had cancer, skin cancer. And my older brother... he actually brought some over and had him smoke it, and he said it helped him out a lot.
Really? There's nothing better that I like than seeing somebody who is perceived elderly or beyond, up in years, trying marijuana for the first time, especially when they came out of that reefer madness era where they were just taught that the devil exists in this plant.
My dad passed away last year. I wish I could have given him some. I was trying to give him a brownie. He just wouldn't do it.
Yeah, actually, the body high is a little different. For me, it's kind of like, like when you're doing acid or something, the beginning of it. I used to do acid back in the day. So
I've been there myself.
But, yeah, it's like you can't control it, but it does make you feel a lot better. So,
yeah,
it's a little different than smoking it.
No, but as long as, and there's another show for that. It's like Tripping Life or something. They come on after us. They end up locking themselves out of the studio 90% of the time, though.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I'm all for the legalization, man. I think it should be legal in every state.
Absolutely. Are you going to be at that, what is it called, Juneteenth coming up? What is that, Thursday out there? Big marijuana event?
I'm not sure. I didn't hear about it, but I'm going to look into it.
Yeah, this Thursday out there, it's called Juneteenth. It's with Joe Grumbine, the Human Solutions, out there in Redding, California. I know I'm coming out there.
All right, great.
So if you find me, I promise I will bring a big waxy blunt and we will smoke it together.
Sounds good, brother.
Nice.
Hey, and thanks for calling in, man. I appreciate you.
All right, thank you. I'm going to support this.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Excellent.
Take care.
Have a good evening.
That was like getting a sale. Yes. All right. Hey, somebody ring a bell or something.
That was our first dollar.
Ding.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, NugLife on the air. What can we sell you? Can you hear me, caller? Hey, how you doing? What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Wayne from Buffalo.
Hey, Wayne from Buffalo, New York. How you doing today, brother?
Good. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic. What can we do for you today?
I just wanted to talk a little bit about what I don't like about smoking with certain people.
Oh, please do.
Blunts. I hate them. They disgust me. You watch somebody rolling a blunt and they're licking it and their lips are all over it. And by the time it gets back,
and then they got to suck on half of it to seal it. That final suck on it where they go from fingers.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, it's just the big whole circle thing. I don't really do so much. I've noticed over the years. I've been smoking for a long time, and a week later you find yourself with a cold. You're sick.
Well, they say the weed's supposed to kill that.
Yeah, I don't think weed kills that.
No, it doesn't. It absolutely doesn't. If you're going to smoke, too, they have a little, like a tip that you can use for just yourself. And if they pass you a blunt or a joint, you can just pop it in your own tip. And then, you never have to share DNA with, that cool dude you just met that wants to get high with you.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far. There's a few friends and stuff that I'll smoke with. But, the going to the concert, big circle type of thing, it just I don't know. It's just I don't think it's very clean, and
yeah.
I get my weed. I like to put it in a nice glass jar, and I smoke it in a vaporizer, and that's just how I do things.
Oh, you're like that new generation of smoking, where you've got it nailed down.
No,
do you know what percentages you're smoking and stuff?
Well, I'm 41 years old, so I've been smoking a long time. So it's not like I didn't never smoke with circles, and it's just I just don't like that anymore. I find myself getting sick more often when I in the big circle.
Yeah, well, stay away from them or smoke with cleaner people. I appreciate you calling into the show, and I hope to hear from you again, brother.
I agree.
And send me cannolis or something delicious that they have in Buffalo that they don't have here in San Diego, and I'll love you forever.
You want chicken wings and saline hot dogs?
Oh, please.
Oh, it sounds amazing.
Thanks for calling in, brother. This is NugLife Radio. I'm going to take one more caller, and then we're going to go to our break. Hey, caller, you're on the air. Welcome. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, hi. My name is Glenn.
Hey,
I'm
Glenn.
calling also from the Reading area.
Glenn, are you going to Juneteenth?
Yes, absolutely. I am part of Human Solution, and so I look forward to
nice.
having everybody come down. We finally decided where it's going to be. It's in the building next to Junk and Treasures off of 273, and everybody's welcome. Absolutely.
So what is Juneteenth? I'm sorry. I know.
Juneteenth,
I should have called you first. I have questions too, man. I just got told about this today, and I'm super excited. And like everybody I know is going to be there, and I feel like I'm the last person to find out. Can you tell me what this event is?
Yeah, it's actually a birthday party for Joe Grumbine and for Big Papa Bubba Lou Dale, who's also one of our Shasta Human Solution members.
So I should bring presents.
And it's kind of a spring fling thing, yeah.
Nice.
Opportunity for everybody to get to know each other. Also to try to gather knowledge and information that might help our brother, James Benno.
And James Benno, because I'm all the way down here in San Diego, is?
Of course. James Benno was made is being made an example of here, and he is still sitting in jail. He was doing a rightful medical growing situation here in Happy Valley, California, right next to Reading, and they came in and pretty much messed up his day. But he kind of knew that was going to happen, and now we're looking for any legal proof of the alcohol extraction, mainly. That the legality of an alcohol extraction is what we're looking for.
It seems like every single case that they try to stick on us is just full of...
Yeah, they've got manufacturing stuck on there.
Smoke,
Other than
mirrors.
that, he's okay, but we'll see.
Well,
so we're trying to gather information, and anybody who has any information about the legality of the essential oil extraction using an ethanol or an alcohol base.
Let me recommend somebody to you real quick. I want you to come and find me on Facebook, Medicinal Mike, Medi Mike on Facebook. I have a lawyer friend who graduated a few years ago from Thomas Jefferson Law. His name's John Jacobs. And I hope he doesn't mind the shout out, but he loves answering questions. Of course, he can't give you legal advice over the phone, but he can make very excellent legal suggestions. And he's really awesome for that, John Jacobs. And he's on my page if you want to find him.
Okay, all right. I will take a look. Mike.
And,
Medical Mike Boris?
Medicinal or Medi works. I haven't been to school yet.
All right.
So I will see you, I guess, this Thursday at the Juneteenth. And hopefully maybe we can get Erik Knowles.
11 to 4:20, but I know it's going to go beyond that.
What time does it start? I'm sorry, it starts at 11?
11.
Okay.
11 to 4:20 and beyond.
Good to know, because it's a 10.5-hour drive for me. So I'll be leaving right after this show.
Well, we want to try. Yeah, we want to try to get as many people to come in from our local area, and your radio show has been introduced to me through Marilyn J. Ganja Vixen the other night. And the other
she is
thing
a force to be reckoned with right now. She is awesome. I love her.
Yeah, she is. She wants to call and ask you guys, if she hasn't already, whether or not you guys would be interested in carrying the 2 or 3-part class, I guess you'd have to call it, or interview, or whatever you want to call it, with our local fella. His name is B.E. Smith, and he has constitutional law down to a friggin' science. And he can do it in about 3 1-hour classes, or half hour, or I don't know what it would take. But that's what she was going to call and find out if you were interested.
I'm interested in anything she tells me to do, because she seems to be a lot smarter than me, and she's never steered me wrong.
He was on weed country, and this guy has constitutional law down to the point where I swear to God, he trolls for cops. In other words, he drives a motorcycle that doesn't have any license plates around just to see if one of them will pull him over. And when they do, they usually see who it is and leave.
Oh, wow. I want to be that guy.
He's got it dialed.
Oh, my gosh. And what's his name?
B.E. Smith.
B.E. Smith. Well, all right, brother. We're going to take a quick break. Thank you very much for calling in, and thanks for listening at all. I appreciate you guys.
Shout out to the Shasta Human Solution. All right.
I love the Human Solutions, and I have a cool prize I'll show you guys here in a little bit. Thank you again for calling, man. I love you very much. You're my new best friend.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
See you Thursday. That's Juneteenth going on out there. This is the NugLife Radio Show. I am Medi Mike Boris, comedian, comic, everything pot. That's what I do. Usually hear Dr. Kelly, but he's not here, so we have 2 awesome people to fill his one shoe, and that's Erik Knowles and Layla. And she's almost a doctor. She only needs 8 more years of medical school, and she is all about it.
She's almost there.
So you're listening to the NugLife Radio Show, a higher level of education. And we're going to be right back after these words and these few songs, so keep listening. 760-798-3127. We'll be coming back with Henry Hemp. And that was me with Hey Ya. Welcome back with the NugLife Radio Show. That was Obadiah Parker with Hey Ya. We are a higher level of education. Also, the first show ever to be syndicated or aim for syndication. We'll be on the AM/FM radio here real soon with myself, Dr. Kelly, and of course, stopping in all the time will be comedian Erik Knowles, and soon to be a doctor in just 8 or 10 small years and a little bit of college tuition, Layla. Welcome back. You're listening to us. We're at 760-798-3127. Cannabis education at its finest. Welcome. Next coming up on the show, we're going to have Henry Hemp. Henry Hemp is the man behind the BOPE. BOPE, B-O-P-E, Bolt of Positive Energy. And let's bring him on the show. Henry, are you there, brother?
Hemp, yeah.
Yeah. There
I
it
like
is.
that response.
Henry Hemp. I wanted to introduce you to everybody, and I want to do it proper with what it deserves to be. Henry Hemp. If you've ever gone to anything marijuana, hemp, or any kind of educational convention or festival, you will see Henry Hemp. And he is educating us on cannabis, and he dresses up with this giant foamy hemp plant head.
Like a hemp leaf.
He's the living plant. Henry, welcome to NugLife.
Oh, man, it's an honor and a pleasure to be here. I feel totally full of bopes right now.
Can you tell everybody at home exactly what is a bope?
A bope, I had a friend of mine, Kennard Durr, who helped create a 420 football, which is a medicating, stimulating game, kind of like beer pong, but nobody will die.
Right.
And he offered me one day, he said, man, you're always talking about bolts of positive energy, and you want to send positive energy around the world. Why don't you call it a bope? So it was a couple years ago, and I said, well, what's a bope? And he goes, it's a B-O-P-E. It's bolts of positive energy, man. And so it kind of stuck, and for the last couple years, that's kind of what I try to do to everybody. We all have ups and downs in life. Everybody deals with frustrating times, and when you're down and out, positive energy helps bring light back into your life. And so I figured instead of being a negative individual, I could be a positive individual. And when people need that little extra pat on their back or that little extra hug or that little extra positive energy, that's what the bope is.
Kind of like the Care Bears for cannabis and hemp, where they used to shoot out that positive feeling.
That's the one thing I remember about Henry is how positive and how just a big bright smile he always had on his face. It was just really, it was like warming to be around him.
We went to the HempCon event, Henry?
HempCon, yeah. We got to stay with our friend Amy of Auntie's Edibles.
Auntie!
Of Aunties! We had an amazing time.
And we all, have to give Auntie's Edibles a shout out there, and her can of macaroni and cheese that obliterated us for an entire weekend. I saw chaos going down at this convention, and Henry is just a smiling ray of light over there. And I'm like, he always looks like he's having so much fun. And you're a comic book.
They say we all have choices. I've just chosen, and I went through a few years in my life where it was kind of negativity, and all I would do is tell people about all the bad things. Oh, I've been in jail, or I was busted for this, or oh my, I got in a car wreck, or oh my cousin died, and it was always negative. Whatever was negative is kind of what I shared, and that's all I kind of continue to get. And since I've been focusing on the boat the last few years, that seems to be what manifests in my life. It's more positive energy. So positive energy gets more positive energy, negative gets more, which we also call a nope, which is a negative positive energy. And so we try to stick with the bope.
Yeah.
All bope, no nope. And I've seen your beautiful daughter grow. She's what, 2? She's got to be 2 or 3 now?
Yeah, she was born on Mother's Day of 2011, so she just had her 3rd birthday on May 8th.
Oh, happy birthday.
She is a bope. She is a beacon of light and brings so much joy into me and my family's life, and even strangers. It seems like she sends bopes out. She will tell you bope and go and she'll send you both the positive messages you're sad or down.
How is it that you bring, like, when she's going to hit an age soon, of course, how are you going to, how would you tell other parents in dealing with their children and introducing them to this industry in a proper way that's as a responsible parent?
Well, like you would do anything in life, I assume most people in America, which is very promoted, is drinking. So people have beers in their fridge, they have wine in their cupboard, they have aspirin, they have Advil, they have whatever pharmaceuticals may be prescribed to them. But don't you teach your child not to do that? Don't you teach them not to drink the liquid Drano? Do we not teach them, don't drink my beer, don't drink my wine? But somehow they've got us so programmed that, we can't control our kids with cannabis. Oh, wait, you mean because it's positive and enlightening and healthy, and that's where it becomes kind of controversy, is like, I got to tell my child not to do it, but yet, is it possibly curing cancer? Does it possibly cure these people of this or those people of that? So is it the miraculous medicine that was put here by the source of creation, which most people call God?
How do you stop her from running around like school in the schoolyards, not knowing the difference?
She's not in school yet.
We don't let her go. No, she's not old enough, of course.
Years? I don't know. You have to ask me that question again in 2 years.
Right. We will. Daddy, I'm in DARE.
We educate all the time. There's a book, a few different books. There's a comic book called Mommy's Medicine, which talks about how mommy uses her medicine and makes her feel better and stuff like that. And then there's a book that was written back in the 80s or 70s, and it's called It's Just a Plant. And it talks about this young girl, and they go along with mommy and daddy along the adventure of this plant that helps heal mommy and daddy and helps make them happy and brings enjoyment into their life. And it's for adults. It's not for kids. And so there's books that are actually out there helping bridge that gap in between. And most people just want to believe the hate and the evil. It kills brain cells. Oh, my cousin died of marijuana. Oh, I had a brother that died of a marijuana overdose. And the truth in history, if people take the time to research it and not only believe what propaganda has taught them, there's been 0 deaths.
0.
Cannabis overdose. That's 0 deaths of cannabis overdose. Now, is there people that could have a bad reaction to cannabis?
Absolutely.
Yes. Just like penicillin?
That's not true, man. I killed my cat with pot one time. Just kidding.
You're just killing the pussy, aren't you? Yeah, you do that one.
Right on.
So,
nice.
It's a part of the education that you want to bring. So you can tell your children the truth from the beginning, or you can try to lie to them. And then one day when they're smart and they're intelligent, which in my experience, my daughter's 3, smarter than I am, funnier than I am.
I'm going to go with the lies. You go with the truth.
Yeah,
and in 15 years, Henry, we get together and we see what the heck we created.
Exactly. And that's what I want to go on. For 70 years, 80 years, since it was made illegal back in 1933 or whatever, that they felt that, hemp and cannabis was this evil plant that was not good for humanity and made white women crazy and black men want to be with. I mean, you have to do the research, and there's this deep.
I don't know.
Every white woman I've been with that smoked turned out to be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like I said, there are people that their chemistry might not work with the plant, just like penicillin. It will save most people's lives, and it will kill some. But there's never been a death of an overdose of cannabis. Mm-hmm. So just that one fact should make people go, maybe I should research this a little. Is there really 0 deaths? Look for that name of somebody that died of a cannabis overdose, and nobody can. And I've been doing this character 5 years. I put that out there all the time. And usually 3 months later, 6 months later, a year later, I get an email or a letter from somebody and saying, I hated all this. I thought it was evil. I did some research, and my aunt had cancer, and now she does. And she used some Ricky Simpson oil.
I'll tell you, too, and I want to say it public, you are the main reason that I started dressing up at these events and getting a whole crew behind to start dressing up as lions and screen striped skunked Henry Hemp. Yeah.
Oh, thanks a lot, Henry Hemp.
He was the first. He was the first one.
Yeah, you got to wear all that foam and big silk boots and like jewels.
And you brought spirit to these shows, dude. I mean, I'd been before, and it was just, you're just walking. You're like, oh, cool, new pipe, and then you get to Henry's booth, and there's skateboard decks with his picture on him, and he's a comic book character, and he's all buffed up, and he's sitting there in his outfit, and it's just like, this is what it's supposed to be. This is why I drive 300 miles to come to these events, is I want to feel that spirit.
Want to see something amazing.
You are amazing, Henry.
Man, I'm just being myself from the inspiration that I got 5 years ago. I have an article. It'll be the biggest article that's ever come out.
Like length in words? Like it's 46 pages long.
I think it's only 4 or 5 pages, but it's The Counterculture. And if you look up The Counterculture Mag, like magazine.com, I was going to be the feature article for April 420. They had some problems with the magazine. They did some other things, and then I just got approached to them. They've actually made me the cover. So I'm the cover of
Nice. Congratulations.
So it just went to print today, and it's the story of where did I come from, what did I go through, how did I become what I am today, and it's called Accidental Activist. And it's about Terry Joyce, who I don't know if you've had her on your show before.
Not yet, but it was only our third show live, so we're kind of we're going to recycle some of the development show guests, and yeah.
And I know you know Jeffrey Peterson.
Absolutely, 420 comic Jeff Peterson.
Him and his brother is the very first magazine that ever gave Henry Hemp a chance, and it was a more extreme magazine.
Dan Peterson?
And, yeah, Dan and Jeffrey Peterson. And I had been inspired by the Terry Joyce, who asked me to be a part of Marijuana Saves Lives. It was a float in West Hollywood, and there was 400 floats, and we won the most beautiful float, and it was for Cannabis Saves Lives. And I used to live 1.5 blocks from where American Idol happens and all the red carpet things. I moved out to Hollywood 10 years ago to be a famous actor or a working actor. And I was asked to wear this hemp leaf that you guys talked about earlier on my head, and I was walking home, and as I was walking home in front of the Chinese Grauman Theater, where all the stars are in the sidewalk, people started to stop me, ask to take pictures, and they would hand me money. Here's $2, here's $2, here's $2. And then I got surrounded by Freddy Krueger, SpongeBob, Tinkerbell.
People dress like I'm not the actual Freddy Krueger and SpongeBob, right? Because I'd be devastated if I knew they hung out together.
They all hang out on Hollywood Boulevard, and it's part of the attraction of being out on Hollywood Boulevard out in Hollywood.
Nice.
And so people dress up as some of these characters, and people will pay pictures because people come from all over the world are there. And so I got surrounded by these guys, and Jason of Halloween. So they surrounded me, and then Freddy Krueger walked up to me, and he goes, so were you paid to be out here, or you one of us? And without missing a beat, I said, I'm one of you guys. And they all gave me daps, and they said, great message, and they dispersed into the crowd. But I was taking money out of their pocket by me walking through their crowd, and people giving me $2, $2, $2.
I do the same thing on a basketball court whenever anybody of any kind of ethnicity comes up to me, and they're like, are you one of them or one of us? I'm like, I'm one of you guys. Then they beat the crap out of me and give me a change of shoes. Henry Hemp, if we want to learn more about you, where can we go? Do you have a website?
Right now, my website is in the works. It's being reamped. It's been over a year. Life has taken a different transition, so the website is down. But you can go to my YouTube page, and I have over 100 videos. Because again, like I said, I wanted to be an actress, so I have co-starred in some movies, and I've been in movies and done a lot of background on TV. I was on the pilot of Heroes, and I'm a paramedic on ER, and I co-starred in a feature film, Red Darkness, and Werewolf in a woman's prison.
Well, Henry, we want to thank you very much for coming on to the NugLife Radio show and teaching us all about the bolts of positive energy. We have to take a commercial break. If you guys want to hear more from Henry Hemp, you can find him on Facebook. You can find his comic book. He's got a cool skateboard decks. And everything, and just a great example of how to have a family in a hemp world and keep a good spirit about yourself. You're listening to the NugLife Radio show. We are a higher level of education. Our phone number is 760-798-3127. I'm Medicinal Mike with Erik, Knowles, and Dr. to be Layla for a day today. And we'll be right back. NugLifeRadio.com. Big ups to Henry Hemp. We're coming back with Thundershade.
Higher life, positive energy.
These dabs is in my brain. It's keeping me moving. It's making me stronger. Kinds of flavor in the neighborhood. Dabs, you
taste so good. Best kind of flavor in the neighborhood. Dab, you know you feel so right. I wanna smoke you now, give me the light. Dab, you know you taste so good. Best kind of flavor in the neighborhood. Magic in my hash pipe from the tree of life. Dab, you know you taste so good. Best kind of flavor in the neighborhood. Dab, you know you feel so right. I wanna smoke you now, give me the light. Dab, you know you taste so good. Best kind of flavor in the neighborhood. Magic in my hash pipe from the tree of life. Dab, you know you taste so good.
What a violent way to come back. This is the NugLife Radio Show, a higher level of education. I'm your host, Medicinal Mike. That was Sprung Monkey with Sweet Home San Diego. They made that song back when life was fun and it was the 90s. Co-hosting today is San Diego comedian, really a headliner in the industry. You can watch him on Hulu, Roku Box with that USW channel. He's there too. He's on everything. Why can't I hear you? Oh, well, whatever. No, you don't have to push anything. Eventually, Sean will come in here, or maybe one of the camera guys will start pointing at me. So this is the NugLife Radio Show, a higher level of education. And eventually, we're going to have other people with other mics. You want to say hi again, Erik? Is that working? How about you, Layla?
Can you hear me?
I can hear Layla. Oh, yeah, he turned off his buttons. I didn't touch it. Yeah, because your buttons don't light up anymore. Yeah, well, we're NugLife. We're live. And Erik Knowles was on the show. He was awesome while he was here. And we thank you, Layla. Can we hear you? Are you there?
Of course. Can you hear me okay?
Layla's coming in fine, and all her buttons.
Erik and I can share a mic. That's okay.
Nope. Erik, we thanked you for coming in. It was awesome. You blipped yourself out of your short-lived career here at the NugLife Radio Show. So back to work. We are the NugLife Radio Show, a higher level of education. We are thankful very much for Henry Hemp for calling in and giving us his bolt of positive energy. Which is like a marijuana blessing. And we're going to have in next, Dr. Layla is Mrs. T. Mrs. T. Thundershade, Bong Maidens. Mrs. T, you're on the NugLife Show. Say hi so I can hear you.
Hello there. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. How are you doing today?
I am alive. So that's a positive.
You just had, I kind of gave them a little insight, some of the listeners at home. You've just had a craniotomy?
I did. I had quite the surprise brain surgery that I was not expecting to have.
What surprise brain surgery? Like you came home and there were a bunch of doctors in your living room and they're like, get on the table.
Kind of. It was kind of like that. I had an ear infection. Like my kids were sick, no big deal. Got little ones, 2 and 4.
All right.
And the next thing I know, oh man, shit, I'm waking up with an ear infection. And instead of just, antibiotics and your normal, like a month later, I'm getting a call from the hospital saying, hey, we just looked at your MRI results, just to check up. And come to find out the infection's in your brain and we got to do surgery like within the next 12 hours.
Had you ever had ear infections before? And,
No.
So this was like...
I wasn't prone. I wasn't prone to them as a kid. I never had tubes put in my ears. I never had anything like that. So I was literally just like sitting at home and like hanging out. And then I get a call and they're like, you got to come in right now, direct admit. You got to start you on high dose antibiotics and start a plan of attack.
That sounds very sudden too.
It was not what I was expecting. I thought, I'd get these MRI results, that were still causing these headaches, and it would be like just like everything else with the doctors. They're like, well, we don't really know what's causing the problem, and here's some painkillers, and follow up with your doctor or whatever.
So, have you ever had any kind of medical history at all in the past? Or is this just that spontaneous where you thought you were just going to go get a little bit of eardrop medicine, and then they had to stick a power drill in your head?
Well, I was treated for the ear infection, and, a month went by. Like, they put tubes in my ear. It got bad, after a week or two, and then they put tubes in, and then they kept doing the drops and antibiotics, and, 3 weeks goes by, and it was just, I kept calling them, like, man, my head hurts. It doesn't feel right. Like, something really hurts, and I was, really laid up from it. And I kept telling them, I don't know if I'm being a big baby, and I just need to wait it out or what. And then finally... one of the doctors decided to listen. I don't know, it was like light bulb, and they got me in immediately and did this MRI, and that's when they called me and were like, hey, can you come in? And they were laughing because they said, can you do that? And I was like, well, I don't have a choice. It sounds like I can sit at home and die, or I can come into the hospital right now, right? Because pretty much.
Oh man, that's terrible. I'm sorry to hear that. And real on another subject, but on the same subject, just so that we get the promotion out for you. What is the Bong Maidens? Besides your brain surgery, tell us about how when you get all dressed up and.
I do. In my normal life, I have a product line, for Thundershade products, and we have also a promotional modeling / activist group. And it's women that are the Thundershade Bong Maidens.
Erik says that it sounds like you fight He-Man.
It's they're really proud of what we do. Like, the girls are knowledgeable. Like, they can go work a booth at a festival, or they can, hop on a Harley and look really hot for a photo shoot, whatever the client wants. But they know their stuff, and they know that there's good reason to promote, medical marijuana and what it can do.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, and I think that's really important too, because this industry, it's growing and it's evolving, and based off of what I see at the clinic and the dispensaries around me, I do see a lot of men So it's really nice to see a lot of like strong, intelligent, ambitious women in this industry, to just continue to shed a positive light in this industry.
Yeah,
the guys are excited.
I love it. I love that my girls can
doing stuff.
Go up, Mrs. T. Erik just made it awkward.
I'm sorry. She hung up.
Are you there?
No, she didn't hang up. I think I accidentally pushed the button.
I think I made her so mad that she just hung up.
No.
I'm sorry, Shira.
That is Thunder Maiden. God, it's Thundershade, Bong Maidens. Boy, that just threw me off. We got her back.
Maiden.
Mrs. T, you there?
There she is.
2 1
Oh.
3
Oh, no.
2 7 1.
Those are the launch sequence numbers.
Well, that's Mrs. T, Thundershade Bong Maidens. She did just have a craniotomy, so small little phone slips are excusable. She probably doesn't know our number and knows that I can't call her back live on the air. It'll make all those phone noises. So this is the NugLife Radio Show, a higher level of education and a lower level of technical errors. I'm Medicinal Mike with Erik Knowles and Doctor for a Day, Layla. Our phone number is 760-798-3127. Caller, is that you, Mrs. T?
It is.
Yay!
Had to call in from the landline. I'm like, no.
Erik thought you were so mad at him, you just threw the phone at the wall.
I have that.
I've had a phone or two, but not this time.
All right.
I'm too excited to talk to you guys. I couldn't risk the phone damage this time.
So you had your craniotomy, and how many days ago did you have that? I know it's pretty recent, right?
Well, actually, I had it. I went in. They called me on June 1st. And it was like, okay, I guess I'm going in for brain surgery. Like, how do you wrap your head around that? And then they're like, I get in there and they're like, okay, it's it's totally just like it's run of the mill. Like, we're gonna do this. And in the world of brain surgery, like, it's really simple. As far on the scale of brain surgery.
Right, of course.
We just have to. We just have to cut out a window of your skull and set that aside, and then retract your brain to the side because it's going to be in the way, and we need to remove some things.
Oh,
and,
my
Did they
by the way,
enhance?
we got to get some fat grafts, and by the way, we need to drain your cerebral fluid from your spinal cord. So
Mrs. T, did they enhance anything while you were there? Did they teach you kung fu or any kind of a new language, like a Rosetta Stone?
The only thing I came out of it with was an 11-pound weight loss. So, there was that. There was that positive.
So there is a positive side to brain surgery.
As a woman.
And probably a fancy new haircut,
I
huh?
can get it, right?
I get it. I totally understand.
Did they have to cut your hair or shave your head or anything like that?
No, nothing. Like I
that's
got
good.
like this cool little haircut down the side of my head. I have like a 6-inch incision, so that is missing some hair down the side of my head.
Oh, okay.
So if I want to freak people out, I can part my hair, a little deeper on the side, and then I have a giant incision. It looks all like wicked. And if I want to look normal, then I can just part my hair, a little farther to the left.
I like that.
There you go. Party in the front.
Do I want to look normal today or super wicked?
Exactly. Like, what mood am I in? Do I want to go nauseate a few people unsuspecting victims?
Sometimes you got to do it.
Mrs. T,
sometimes.
if anybody wants to follow the Thundershade Bong Maidens or they want to check up on you and see how you're doing, where do we go?
You can go on Facebook to the Thundershade Bong Maidens. We have both the public figure and the personal page. I like setting allowances for both of those. But I've been pretty active on documenting my recovery ever since I kind of stopped looking so gruesome I shouldn't post pictures. Once I figured I got to that point, I went ahead and started posting pictures, and people started really kind of rallying around me, and I've had some awesome people, like Golden Goods Oils has just been amazing, and they were the first ones, and Tim Walker and Walker Entertainment and Dabs, they've all stepped up and donated products to me that have allowed me to totally back off on a lot of the pills that I was taking, and I can't thank the people enough that have been following me. So yeah, Facebook, or you can always email me at mrsthundershade@gmail.com.
Excellent. Thank you again for calling us. We appreciate you very much, Mrs. T, and we will talk to you again soon. So thank you very much, and a big wholehearted goodbye. I usually don't say goodbye to people before I push the drop button on the calls. But you did just have brain surgery, and I don't want you to keep calling back going, hey, I hit that, you know.
Oh, you know what? Okay, one shout-out that I have to give. Craig Solomon, he was the man. He's a photographer. He actually came to the hospital, and the hospital had never seen anything like that. I had no makeup. I'm looking nasty. I got this big-ass shiner, and he was there like a photo shoot, like I was some kind of runway model. So
You are a runway model.
phenomenal. So I just had to get that out there. So thank you, Craig Solomon, and I will call it a night now. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Mrs. T. Craig Sullivan, thank you very much, too, for looking after our girl there. The Thundershade Bong Maiden, Mrs. T. And you can find her just under that on Facebook. We are the NugLife Radio Show, a higher level of education. I'm Medicinal Mike, 420 comedian. You can see me everywhere, too. I'm going to be at Winston's out here in Ocean Beach, Las Vegas Hemp Fest, Mile High Hemp Fest. And I'm going to stop by HempCon just to say hi and see how they're doing. And I'm here with Erik Knowles. His microphone works.
Hello. Hello out there in Radio Land.
Doctor for a day, Layla. How you doing?
Hey.
We're going to go to break. So make sure you want to give us some call-ins. You can. We're here at 760-798-3127. Feel free to tell us what you hate about other pot smokers that aren't you. 798-3127. Oh, 760 is that area code if you don't live in California.
Right.
Call us right back. NugLifeRadio.com.
Feeling like $1,000,000, a little roughed up, but I'm okay. Just twist up and get blazed. Titanium straight to the cranium. What you know about pushing wax? You got the facts, but you never had experience. The way you tuned in, I can tell that you're curious. Hit it too hard, shit'll make you delirious. But I'm fearless, both eyes closed when I ride, and the Thursdays open all the time. Yeah, it's been a minute, but I'm always one to take it to the limit. No gimmick.
It's time to cease frustrations. I'm ready for medications. A couple kisses from you, I'm feeling rejuvenation. Just thinking about your taste got me salivating. When I purse my lips, it's like your tight little twist. Ain't no feeling like this, no. I don't remember feeling like this. You're taking me to levels I ain't known to reach. You got me testifying and I ain't known to preach. I never thought I'd make love without the sheets. I never thought I'd get off without a freak. Love wrapping you up because you're gifted. Keep sweat, I got you twisted. Like hydro systems, you got me lifted. I'm high as alone, you can call me the Cliff Kid. With me together, ain't nothing they can tell us. I be acting rebellious when you around other fellas. Because the thought of them blowing on you be making me jealous. Together we pair as one of a kind. A combination like us is hard to find. Medicated. I'm feeling medicated, bro. Medicated.
The devil went to Jamaica. He was looking to sell some weed. He was doing fine. They were standing in line. It was excellent weed indeed. When he came across this young man who was likewise peddling pot, and the devil slid down the beach to the kid and said, "Boy, let me tell you what. I guess you kind of figured I'm a reefer head, of course. And after all this time, I guess that I'm a connoisseur of sorts. Now, your stuff smells okay, but this could tranquilize a horse. I'll bet $1 million in cash against your stash, because I think mine's better than yours." The boy said, "My name's Johnny, and you ain't smoked nothing yet. One hit of this grass will kick your ass. You got yourself a bet. Johnny, roll a ball of hash and make sure it's the bomb, because the devil's got the kind of stuff they smoked in Vietnam. You'll get $1 million smackaroos in cash if you can cope, but if you can't, the devil will get your dope." The devil packed a bong with a little Acapulco gold, and resin flew from his fingertips as he fired up his bowl. He filled that chamber all the way, and he took a mighty hit. And as they passed it back and forth, it gave them both a coughing fit. Damn! When the bowl was finished, Johnny said, "Hey man, that stuff was great, but fill your lungs with some of this and prepare to vegetate. Cannabis, sativa, sweet Mary Jane. The devil's in the backyard frying his brain. Zigzag filled with a diggity dank. Hold on tight, it'll hit you like a tank. The devil nodded off because he knew that he was stoned, and he asked if he could buy an ounce of the stuff that Johnny owned. Johnny said, devil, just come on back if you ever want to catch a buzz. I done told you once, you son of a bitch, mine's the best there ever was. And they fired up doobies one by one. Ain't it gonna stop till the bag is done. Green as a bullfrog, sticky as glue. Granny, do you get high? Yes, I do.
Welcome back to the NugLife Radio Show, a higher level of education. I am your host, Medicinal Mike, Medi Mike, whatever you want to call me. I am a 420 comedian, activist, enthusiast, and I love everything about cannabis and hemp. And I want you to love everything about it, so that's why I'm here. Usually it's me and Dr. Wayne Kelly, 30-year physician, and we take your calls. Today I am with extremely accomplished comedian Erik Knowles.
Dr. Knowles.
Doctor for a day Knowles. And Layla. Also, Doctor, let's promote you up because you're definitely smarter than him. So you're going to be, what's the smarter than a doctor?
Scientist Layla.
Professor Layla.
I like the way that sounds.
Yeah, she was my
back.
professor.
And we want to thank, again, Thundershade, Bong, Maiden for calling in. We appreciate you and all the work you're doing, and we hope you heal up as fast as possible and keep using those cannabis instead of... And she's not smoking it. She's eating edibles and oils.
That's it?
Yeah. Look, you can't smoke it after brain surgery because that little piece they took off might just pop right out.
Coughs too hard.
And you forget math.
Stitches just rip open.
So, get better soon, Thundershade. Henry Hemp, we want to thank you for calling in. Coming up in a few moments, we have Vince, the creator of Canna Coins. We're going to do some more cannabis news. We'll take some more callers. Our phone number is 760-798-3127, NugLifeRadio.com. The first in syndicated cannabis education, destroying all the stigmas, I hate that word, that are out there. So let's take a caller in. We're going to talk to Canna Coins' Vince. Vince, you're on the air, brother. How you doing today?
How you doing, brother? What's going on, man?
I'm doing good, man. You are the creator, the CEO. What do you do with Canna Coins?
You can just call me Vinny, brother. I donate and promate and do whatever I can.
That's very... Where are you calling us from, Vinny?
I'm calling you guys right now from Reno, California. Reno, Nevada, Lake Tahoe, right on the border.
Oh, that's cool. I went to Job Corps out there. So the Canna Coin, can you tell us more about it?
Yeah, it's pretty much, right now, it's pretty much a safe material access to have safe medicine, accessibly medicine. And what the other side, it has legalized at the time is now. Behind that, I feel that it's already legalized, and it is in most states, but the only problem with that is the FDA has not fully modified their generalization.
You're talking about for food products, the FDA?
No. Just in general.
Nice.
They just don't want to. There's no profit margin in it for them.
Right, absolutely, because it's just a plant, and you can't tax a plant. Even though they are starting to do that out here in California specifically, and Colorado, I'm sure, as well. So the Canna Coin, I'm very impressed with, has Liberty Justice on one side, and it's one of these commemorative coins, the first I've ever seen for cannabis prohibition and hemp prohibition. If I wanted to get one of these coins, Vince, where would I go to get that?
You would go to the website, www.cannabiscoin, that is singular.com.
And
that's the special for until the new holiday, 710 dash, oil.
And some of the proceeds are going to Americans for Safe Access. We love to see when people are donating and helping the cause and giving it back a little. Vince, if they want to contact you personally and they have any questions, where would they go?
The website, or look at the card. It has my personal cell phone on it.
And that's Canna Coins or Canna Coin, singular.com.
Cannabiscoin, cannabiscoin.com.
CannabisCoin.com.
Yep.
Vince, I want to thank you very much for calling in with us with the NugLife Radio Show. We're going to make sure that we provide a link and have pictures up there so everybody can see the cool coins and then get on there and get one for themselves. And thank you very much. Is there anything you want to give a shout out to or anybody you want to say hi to?
I want to say hi to Uncle Danny and Uncle Marty. Marty, keep on doing it. Styles' birthday on the 12th. Happy belated birthday. And I'll talk to you guys later.
Awesome. Vince, Canna Coin, thank you very much, brother, for calling in to us. We appreciate you.
See you later, Vinny.
Thanks for calling.
You do, brother.
Take care. And that was Vinny from Canna Coin.
Boy, it was.
That was that was a little scary, huh?
Yeah, I thought we were.
That was a thug right there, but he was
like,
educated. He was
listen,
very
you're
educated.
You're gonna buy my coins. You understand?
Yes.
So I was like, okay.
Yeah, there's a high CBD, and he was dead on.
It sounded like he was eating a Knish the whole time.
He did sound a little bit nervous, but everybody is when they first call, especially when they have such a huge, vast audience we do.
He sounded awesome, I thought.
But very educated, very street smart as well. And I love the shout outs. I was so waiting. Were you waiting for like D Block? I want to give it up to.
He had a friend named Styles. I love that. I need a friend named Styles.
He's Reno, Nevada. I bet you he's like witness relocation, because you don't see Goodfellas,
right?
He's like,
in Reno. I'm just selling coins over here.
Born and raised in Reno.
I'm from Reno. Where is it? Nevada. Yeah.
Vinny Canna Coin.
Awesome.
These coins are fantastic too. If you haven't seen them, it's a commemorative coin for marijuana and prohibition.
I got to get one.
I've already ordered one myself because he gave it to me half price.
Nice.
He might give you a little deal, or maybe there's a promo code or something, or I just put him on the spotlight, and now people are going to ask him, and he's going to go, no, there's no promo code.
Yeah, no, I'll pay full price. It's all good stuff. Some of it goes to the ASE, right?
ASA, the Americans for Safe Access.
That one, too.
ASE is the people who rate your automobiles and your air conditioning systems or something?
Oh, I hope they're not giving money to those people.
No, I'm sure they're not.
Don't give them our weed money. Come on.
So you're listening to the NugLife Radio Show. We are a higher level of education. We're going to take a caller in. Caller, what's up, brother? You're on the air.
Hey, I want to call about rude people who smoke pot.
As long as I'm not one of them, what's your name and where are you calling from?
This is actually Auntie, and I'm from San Jose.
Auntie!
Oh, Auntie.
How are you doing? We haven't seen you in forever. Auntie is the star of Auntie's Edibles. Not only is she a cool cartoon that you could see on the Auntie Edible, but she is also the inventor of the Canna Macaroni and our tour guide through hemp cons and hemp events when we're performing. We love you, Auntie.
Yeah, we love you too here in Northern California. We're excited to see you on Juneteenth.
So what is it that you hate in your smoker's circle? What is the rude smokers doing to you?
I really dislike it when we smoke from the bong. That one, they cough into it after they take a big ass rip.
That's so nasty.
Or they give me an empty bowl. That's just so rude. I mean, there's nothing like getting ashes,
So not only are they coughing their bacteria into the bong, which would freak out that other guy who called and was saying he can't even be in the circle because he's getting sick every time he goes there.
That was before he drank bong water, though. I think we changed his whole view.
So, but they're coughing in your bong and then they're handing it back empty. Very rude. Very rude. And I'm sorry. I will put weed in it next time. I was coming down with a cold, Auntie. And we are so happy that you called us in. When do we get to see you again?
Whenever.
Thursday in Redding, California?
That's right. Northern California.
Juneteenth. Auntie's going to be there. And that's Auntie from Auntie's Edibles, inventor of Canna Macaroni and Cheese, which is cannabis, macaroni, and cheese infused together at last. And delicious. And she makes a whole bunch of other stuff.
The problem is you want to eat too much because it tastes so good.
Right.
And Erik Knowles puked in your sink. Just saying. We love you, Auntie.
Yes, and Estelle wants to make sure she's giving you bolts of positive energy as well.
Oh, thank you so much. We love them boats flying all around this place. and tell them we send them back with lots of hugs and kisses. Thank you for calling in, Auntie. I'm going to take another caller, and we'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.
NugLife Radio, you're on the air.
Oh, I am.
You are. Who are you, and where are you calling us from?
I am Blue, otherwise known as Lyrics by Blue, calling from Redding, California.
Redding is bumping tonight. How you doing tonight, Blue?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm enjoying your show and everything else. And I just wanted to make a comment on Auntie's little thing about the bong.
Oh, boy, you just jumped in right behind her. Someone coughing on your bong?
No, I find it rather annoying when somebody hands you a full bong of stale-ass smoke, and then you go to hit it, and you're like, oh my God, what is that?
We call that not flushing your toilet.
Yeah.
Not flushing your toilet when they leave their nasty after smoke. That part of it has already been in their lung, and then they want you to breathe it in. That is truly one of the rudest things that people can do, and that's not. All you have to do is blow in the bottom hole, don't suck, and the smoke comes out, and it's a courteous thing when you pass that bong over.
Yeah, and then there's one other thing. Too many people think you either always pass it to the left or you either always pass it to the right. No, I listen to music, and lots of music, and I always hear different songs.
Yes.
Some of them say, pass it to the left, pass it to the left. Other ones say, pass it to the right, pass it to the right. I don't think there is any one direction.
We do have an expert.
That's what I thought of, too.
Yeah, but he's saying the dochi. What is that thing?
The dochi is a blunt on the
blunt,
East
right?
Coast.
Yeah.
And you passed it, and it's because of that song. I've never heard it anywhere but that song. And you must be the guy always standing on the right, I'm guessing, of whoever's smoking.
Yeah.
That was a big build-up for that, too. We all just got quiet. Yeah.
I just think wherever it starts, if it starts on the left, you just continue down the left. If it starts on the right, you just continue on the right side.
If you're a really cool host in a circle, and you know you're going to have a lot of people, I like to bring 2 joints, and I send them both ways.
Oh, he does.
Everybody's happy, and you always have one dude that gets stuck with both of them, and then you get to yell at him.
Yeah. It's always me.
Double long joint going one way, blunt going the other way.
Right.
And then a bong that nobody knows who is
He
hitting
just sits in the middle for whoever dares.
Are you coming out to Juneteenth?
Juneteenth, what's that?
See, and it's in Redding, California. They're doing a big thing for Joe Grumbine of The Human Solution, and it's this big spring fling party. I just heard about it this morning. They called me and booked me, and they says that it's going to be a big thing, so I'm going to do some comedy down there. And it's supposed to be a big weed event out in Redding.
That's cool. I'm a bit of a comedian myself. Where is it going to be?
It's going to be, you know what? He told us. You're going to have to listen to the replay. If you're on our, it's by a warehouse. But if that helps any, I don't know how big Redding is. If you only have one warehouse in town, you might know exactly where it's at right now. If you get on me on Facebook, Medicinal Michael, I can get you that information. Or you can log into Mary Jane Ganja Vixen. Medi Mike's easier, but yeah, I'll get you all that info for Redding.
Yeah.
And then if you find me, that's my thing right now. If you find me, I'm going to bring out a whole bunch of wax blunts. So if you find me and you're like, hey, I talked to you or listen to you on the show, I'm going to smoke a blunt with you until they're gone.
Nice.
Like, where's Waldo?
Yeah, you got to find Mike.
We thought you'd be more impressed. I thought you'd be more impressed with that. I'm sorry. You find me, I'll give you $5 and smoke a blunt with you, and you can date my sister.
I'm just pretty stoned right now. I'm smoking and listening
understandable.
That's the way to do it. All right, brother, we want to thank you very much for calling in, and I hope you call in again and participate and tell all your friends about our show.
Absolutely.
Until a few more weeks, till we're on the radios, people are just going to have to listen to us like this, so we do appreciate you taking the time to listen and even call in, man. So thank you to Redding. We appreciate you, and hopefully I see you Thursday, so thanks for calling in, brother.
Have a good one.
You too. Today, I'm not just hanging up on anybody. That's usually my thing, is I just want to hang up on you and go on your life. But everybody's calling in from Reading.
Fun.
I feel like,
You're really like, no, you hang up. No, you do.
No, let's just watch Golden Girls together, I can hear you breathing.
Totally.
We are the NugLife Radio Show. Today's topic, marijuana etiquette. People that you don't like and doing things you don't like in your circle, like sneezing into your bong and passing it back empty, and talking while they're holding your bong and sneezing in it, and just doing nasty things that all involve sickness and swapping of DNA. I thought cannabis was healthier until today, but there are a lot of people actually getting sick just smoking with each other.
Yeah.
But I think it's like nasty infections. So what have we learned? Have we learned anything from this today?
I think that if you have anything crazy, if you have mono or herpes or you're recovering from an outbreak or something like that, maybe it's best to just kind of stay out of the circle.
Roll your own joint. Right.
Yeah,
Roll
just have
your
a
own
separate
joint.
I think wear a condom. The moral of this story.
The entire smoke.
Yeah.
Have I missed it?
The entire session, put a condom on, and stop sneezing in each other's bongs. Basically, the important thing is that we are all sharing the same things, and we're building rapport together, and we're learning that we are not just what you label us as smokers. We are different people. We live everywhere. We do everything. And we do have a voice. And if people want to ignore us and not hear our stuff in their little world, then we will make our own little worlds, and we will mainstream it, and you will be forced to learn whether you like it or not. You are listening to the NugLife Radio Show. I think we're about done for the day, right, guys?
I think so.
I'm your host, Medicinal Mike, cannabis comedian, activist, and I'm a hell of a nice guy. We're here with...
And he does other stuff.
Just other stuff. I'm going to fly an airplane.
Tons of other stuff.
We're here with Erik Knowles, comedian. You can see him on Hulu. Just Google Erik Knowles. You're going to find him. He's hysterical. He's on Comedy Time. He was fat when he was on there, but he's not fat anymore. He looks fantastic now.
Thank you.
And doctor for a day, Layla. How was your day in the medical field, Layla?
Today, this has been awesome. It's definitely a different change of pace, and I'm just really appreciative that you guys have me here.
You're like a legal professional now, and Erik might have diabetes. We're going to need you to take a look at that.
No way, man. Not anymore.
It went away. Thank you guys very much for listening. Our phone number again, 760-798-3127. If I have you trapped on this big Facebook event that we just keep adding people to, let me give a big shout out to the winner of the Who Can Invite More People contest.
We almost forgot it the whole way.
Mary Jane Ganja Vixen invited over 600 people to the event today. We had about 15 of them on there at the same time that all pretty much came from her. So there's a good percentage of response. Thank you very much. We're going to send you 4 tickets to the Hard Rock where you'll get to see me headlining and Erik Knowles, if we can get him out of the house, out there in Las Vegas, Nevada. We ain't flying you, but if you're out there, and if you can't get out there, then we'll either Skype you the entire show, or we'll just send you some pipes and bongs.
That's cool. Yeah.
That's always our go save. We'll send you pipes and bongs. So check out Las Vegas Hemp Fest is coming up in October. Make sure you get your tickets now before they sell out. It's like Comic-Con. You also have Mile High Hemp Fest. So far, so good. They're still up there. And everything else, come see me everywhere we are and see Erik and see Layla. NugLifeRadio.com, info at NugLife. That's it. BongHitsRadio.com for the replay. USW channel on Roku. Thank you very much. And then we're going to play some music to play us out. Anything. Let's play Medicinal. This is a listener sent this in. This is their song. Let them know if you like it or not. NugLifeRadio.com. A higher level of education. Tuesdays, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Medicated. I'm feeling medicated, bro. Medicated. NugLife.
Don't sue me.